Welcome to a slightly off-track topic, that is this introduction to GUI building tools, graphical user interface building tools and libraries in Python. Now, why this topic here? As such, as a data scientist, ideally you should not require to develop graphical user interface. For that, there must be some other developer who is say expert in HTML, CSS, then various Python frameworks like Flask, Django, then maybe Gradio, Streamlit. But that is about ideal case. Unfortunately, we don't live in ideal world. We live in a practical world. And after the advent of AI, the job market is becoming very tough. So companies are expecting to get what they call full stack data scientist. Full stack means a person who can do everything, starting from collecting the data from local database, which requires knowledge of SQL or Excel, to or getting data from internet, which requires knowledge of web scraping, or starting from getting data to doing everything which a data scientist does normally, and then even displaying developing a final application and displaying on internet. That everything single person can do, that is called a full stack data scientist. And if you become full stack data scientist, then you have excellent career opportunities. So I want the purpose of this course is to take you to almost that level, so that of course no course can teach complete details about full stack data science knowledge body. It only comes with years of experience. But this course should take you to around 99% or 98% of what is required for becoming full stack data scientist. And there, this GUI building is important. I myself is a qualified data scientist. I did my Master of Data Science from Liverpool John Moores University. It is highly ranked in world. Globally, it is ranked at 800. But then, I was always initially a pure data scientist, so I did not know how to showcase my work. Because as a data scientist, to get job or to work as a freelancer or develop your own firm, you will have to make a portfolio and you will have to show your work to the potential clients or employers. So I was always feeling a little bit suffocated that I know the concepts of data science, I can develop algorithms, I can use algorithms, I can develop the code, I can develop machine learning models, I can do deep learning, I can do artificial intelligence, various things, but I cannot show my work to others. So I decided that I will learn this GUI building also, because none of the course which I did, neither the university course nor some extra other courses, they were capable or they included this GUI building as a part. But this course which I designed have some GUI building in the beginning only, and later on when we do project, at that time I will introduce various GUI building tools. Okay, what is the meaning of GUI and why it is useful? Let me show you by example of two apps which I have developed. For example, this one on your screen is an app. This is my name only, Tejas Desai. Okay, so this is my app which does prediction of risk of heart attack. So if a user has to just select values whether he is male or female, then male, how many cigarettes does he smoke, then hypertension history is there or not, then total cholesterol. I am deliberately taking high values so that the person will have high risk. Then lower BP. Lower BP is normally 80 to 120, but I am taking 73 maybe. Heart rate also I am taking slightly higher, 83. Age I am taking very old. For patient is very old. He is on BP medication. He has diabetes. His higher BP is also much more than 120, the normal value. And body mass index is also very high, so he is a fat person. And fasting glucose level is 169, 170, much higher than normally around 100 to 110. Okay, and I press this button, submit, and I immediately get the result that the probability the person is falling in quite high risk category. This is low risk category, less probability, and this is high risk category, high probability, and the probability is 57%, and cutoff was taken as 42%. So anybody whose chances are more than 42% of getting heart attack, they will be classified as risk capacity. And advice is that consult your doctor immediately. And this is some analysis of each individual factor, that which out of the traits of the person are contributing for risk and which traits are contributing for making him low risk. So then glucose is very high, and therefore here somewhere glucose, yes, 166. So that is causing the risk to increase by a lot of amount. Systolic BP is also high. Systolic BP, it is also causing the risk to increase by very high amount. Then heart rate is 83. Now that is okay, fine. Seems to be in fact causing by the prediction towards less chances. Age is pulling towards high chances of heart attack, and cigarettes per day and gender and total cholesterol all are also high risk factors. So if a doctor develops this kind of hair, the patient can regularly do his uh, analysis. He can get himself tested at any pathological laboratory and put the values in this, so that he can do self-monitoring kind of thing. And immediately, as soon as he falls in this red region, then he can contact the doctor. Okay, so this would be a great value addition. Now I take another person with low risk. Say cholesterol is now very low, and diastolic BP is 79, 80 is the normal value, and heart rate is also pretty say normal, 81. Age person is very young, 25 years, no BP medication, no history of hypertension, no diabetes, no systolic blood pressure is also normal. 120 is the normal value. Systolic means what we normally call high BP, so 120, and BMI also is in normal region, say 20, so that means 21 around. So the person is not obese, normal weight, and fasting glucose level is also less than 100. So the person is very healthy. And this time, if I do the prediction, submit, then you can see that the person is far safe in the green zone, and that means this person will have only 4% chance of getting diabetes. Now you can understand, if I want to develop this kind of graphical user interface, then I need to have some idea about how to see. These are called toggle buttons, and this is called a slider control, and this is called maybe text input box or that kind of thing. And here this is called a shape plot. So I should know what is possible. Okay, AI tools are there and they will help you, but you should know at least what work do you want to take from the AI tools. Okay, so this type of app you can then deploy. This is on internet. You can, if you for a moment pause your video and you can try, then mostly by the time you are hearing this lecture it will remain. So then it is on the internet, and I can showcase my work to my employer or client in any other part of the world. Okay. Similarly, this is yet another app, loan eligibility prediction. Whenever we apply for a loan to some bank, then we are either approved, loan is either approved or rejected. But if a bank puts this kind of app, then many potential customers will actually get the idea about their chances of approval or rejection right from the beginning, and a lot of human work can be removed from the, a lot of friction can also be removed. Transparency will be brought to the loan of dispersal process, and more data-driven risk undertaking is there. So then, for example, here the applicant is male, is married, yes, he is married. Then dependents, I am writing 0, no dependent. He is educationally qualified. Self-employed, I am writing yes. This is US data, and in US data, if you are self-employed, then it works favorably for you. In India, it is difficult. You should have some salary, then only it works properly. That means then your chances of getting loan are higher. But here I am keeping self-employed. Then this is applicant's salary. So I have written 5,000. This is co-applicant's income. Say your wife income, because I have said that the candidate is married. Then 1,200 loan amount. So I write in 380. 380 means actually it is $380,000. Okay, there is real data behind this app. And then loan amount term. That means how many months you will repay. 360 months. That is 30 years. And credit history is good or bad. I am saying good. So you can see I am in green region. My loan will be approved. Loan status is approved. Not only that, what is working in my favor and what is going against me. Here red is working in my favor, blue is going against me. Left side arrow, that is blue, right side arrow, that is red. So colors are a little bit misleading. So this credit history positive, that is working in favor of me. Self-employed is working slightly negative. The area of the property is urban. So is rural is one. Okay. So I think that is also working in favor of me. And then other things. But the user can not only see his status, but he can see where he has to improve. For example, if user does not have credit history, then immediately you can see without credit history in US you don't have any chance of getting your loan approved. So the user will not feel offended that what is there, my income is, even if you have very high income, maybe $50,000, and your co-applicant has $12,000 per month, still without credit history you don't get into the green zone. Okay, but you have $5,000 and $1,200 per month only, but you have a clean credit history of many years. You can see immediately your loan will be granted. So it is not question of income, but rather it is question of credit history. Okay, so this is how one can decide about loan eligibility prediction. These both, you may find that designing this app or this app for heart attack prediction, that took me a lot of time. No, doing the work, that is collecting data, cleaning that data, then making a machine learning model for prediction, that takes a lot of time. But that work of data scientist is unfortunately not seen by clients or end users. So whenever charges are specified and anything, at that time they find it a little bit difficult, and I can understand that. I'm not commenting. I'm not saying that they are doing something wrong, because the work which we are doing behind the screens, that is difficult to quantify for someone who is not trained in data science. But actually that work takes weeks, days, weeks, sometimes even months, while this work takes maybe only 4 days or 3 days or sometimes even just 1 day. But this work is important. Making an app like this and deploying it on the internet, this is important before we actually so that we can actually show that as a data scientist we are working and we are really indeed full stack data scientists. So for that, one person must know GUI building. And I as a data scientist made certain mistakes, and that was the motivation of designing this course, that I want the new learners to prevent from that mistakes. One mistake was I did not learn this GUI building earlier, this Gradio and Streamlit and all that. It is not at all difficult, but I did not think that showcasing your work is important. I thought that my degree, etc., will automatically prove that I know data science, but unfortunately, it is not the case in the job market. Okay. And second mistake which I did was how I just kept on building models and keeping on my laptop, but I never deployed it on internet for other persons to use it. Okay, so both are actually related with each other, and both require GUI building so that even a non-technical user who has no idea about data science can use these your machine learning models. Okay, we have not even started machine learning model, so this is just one important thing why we are doing this slightly off topic. Okay, so GUI are fundamental in making software applications accessible and user friendly for the general public. If there are no GUI, then what will happen? There will be command line interface. So in that example of app, user have to type male is equal to 1, female is equal to 0. That means I am a male applicant. Then income is equal to 5,000. But I provided just toggle button. So user selects his gender. Then there is a slider. He just slides and adjusts his income. And within a fraction of a second, he gets his prediction whether he will get the loan or not, or whether he has how much chances of getting a cardiac arrest or not. So that thing is important. Now, second thing is so we don't like to interact through text commands, and particularly this is very much true about Windows user. And most of the still Windows has the near monopoly in PC markets. That is, in server Linux is a little bit more prevalent, but as far as PC is concerned, your laptops, desktops, and most ordinary users are Windows user, and they do not feel comfortable with text command. They prefer GUI. Okay. Now Python offers several GUI libraries, and these are some examples. Let me magnify them just a little bit. These are some examples: tkinter, pyqtib, pyside, wxPython, pygtk, and pyforms. I will not give example of each and every, but just one or two, so that learners feel interested after continuous onslaught of programming related things. If you see something on the screen and you can interact with it, then that actually makes you feel more interested. That's why I showed those applications also. So here we want to learn about these libraries, but that we will take in next lecture. Thank you, and wait for next.